right, guys, welcome back to another episode of the Spotless Minds podcast. It's your host, Olivia Jonell, and I'm so excited because I have my spiritual sister in the building, Raella. Hi, Raella.
Divine blessings.
I am so excited to have you with me because we don't know each other all that well, but I feel like when we first met, it was like this instant connection. And you don't find that too often in female friendships where it's just like, I don't know, like I just like you. I don't know why yet. But we'll figure it out. We'll figure out why we like each other. And the more we talk, I'm like, this is why we're connecting. And so can you just let my audience know a little bit about you, what you have going on, all that good stuff?
Absolutely. First of all, thank you so much for having me on your beautiful platform. And I
Absolutely.
completely agree. Like, it was a total vibe. I was like, I don't know who she is, but I'm talking to her. Like,
Yes.
it
Yes.
was a vibe for sure. But so yeah, my name is Raella, or everyone calls me Ray or Raylight. And I am a spiritual integrator. And what that means is I help you connect mind, body, and spirit, but most importantly, the integration. You know, we as humans, we're so linear mindset that we think it's only one outcome for the A plus B equals C equation. But we live in this multidimensional reality. So what I do is I specialize in helping you move the energy in your life, bring your focus inward, and learn how to create your outer world by changing your inner world. So
Mm.
yeah, and it's really exciting because at the fundamentals of it, what I do is I show you, I teach you how to manipulate energy. So I have a course out, a 7-week chakra balancing course called It's Time to Let Go and Grow.
Mhm.
And then if y'all see me on the morning meetup, shout out morning meetup, shout out
Shout
David
out to the
Fan.
morning meetup.
Y'all will see me with my partner. And so we are your favorite spiritual couple. And we have a weekly community that we love to just basically create a safe space for people to talk about these cosmic topics. So
Mhm.
that's pretty much what we're doing right now. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. And how does the chakras aligning them okay, can you break down what is a chakra?
Yeah.
I've read so much about it, but I still don't understand. I see the beautiful colors, the red, the blues, the roots. I know the names, but I'm not sure like what is it in my body that is aligning or needs to be constantly aligned.
Absolutely. So I'll do a overview and then we'll kind of dive in
Mhm.
from there. So like the chakra system, if you like, or what is that? You have energy points in your body, and each energy point represents something different. And so my favorite example is like watering flowers, right? You have the water hose and you're watering the flowers. And when the hose is just like uncoiled and flowing free, there's no obstructions, the water just flows through, right?
Mhm.
But let's say you take the hose and you kink it up. What happens to the water?
Stops.
Right. You might get a little trickle, maybe, right? But it doesn't flow.
Mhm.
So your energy in your body should flow like water.
Mhm.
And when our chakras are blocked, that is an obstruction in the hose that prevents the energy from flowing. And so wherever it's blocked at, that is where the root of your problem is. And what's crazy about that is it starts in the energetic field, but then it manifests in the physical. So if you have things like chronic headaches or stomach aches, or you're sensitive to foods, or you have heart palpitations, like these are all connected to your chakras.
Mhm.
So when you heal energetically, you thus heal physically. So
Mm. And
that's like the mhm.
what
Go
are
ahead.
things that blocks these chakras? Like, is it trauma? Is it just like experiences in life that's blocking it?
Yeah. So I think to answer that question better, you might have to know what the different chakras are for. Okay, so your root chakra, which is at the base of your spine, also known in like your pelvic area, that one is the red one.
Mm-hmm.
That is the one that connects you to the earth. That is your foundation. But that one is also where traumas are stored. So it's also where like lower rung emotions are stored. So like depression, anxiety, like jealousy, all of that stuff comes from that root chakra,
Mm-hmm.
right? So when you're experiencing depression or like addiction, that's a blockage from the root chakra. Your
Mm-hmm.
sacral chakra is above that. For women, that's like your womb area. For men, it's like your lower abdomen, right? That one is orange. That one is your sexual energy and your creativity.
Mm-hmm.
So in life, if you are experiencing over sexualization to where you just out here, you out here
Doing what
a
you
little
don't need
too
to be.
much. You're
Yes.
doing a little too much. So that is like overstimulated, which is also going to cause a blockage, right?
Mm-hmm.
It means it's out of balance.
Mm-hmm.
If you are not stimulating that at all and with completely withdrawing and totally afraid to open up and be vulnerable, or let's say, for example, you keep running into certain problems and you're unable to come to a creative decision or solution to your problem, that is a sacral chakra blockage. So
Mm-hmm.
anywhere creativity, like you can't tap in, like you can't, my favorite way is in the kitchen, that's that's
Mm-hmm.
how I get my creative juices flowing. So if you can't
Oh,
get
so you
those
can cook.
creative, girl,
Ooh,
girl,
I didn't even know. Okay.
girl, and I got them vegan cuisines on deck
Ooh,
too. Like you'd be like, wait, this is mushrooms? Like,
okay. Cookbook coming out soon. Okay, because I'm gonna need that.
you know what? We were just talking about that. Like, I need to do a cookbook. Because people like,
Yes.
this needs to go on the menu. This needs to go on the menu. Like,
Yes.
I need to do
Okay.
a cookbook.
Yes. 2024.
Okay, period. Done. It's
We
already
love it.
done.
We love it.
Yeah, so that's the sacral chakra, right?
Okay.
You can't get creative, that's blocked. Or if you're doing a little too much sexually, it's blocked.
Mm-hmm.
Solar plexus, that's
Mm-hmm.
your manifestation center. That is, the ancient Mayans say it is your navel, but the like modern day, they say above the navel. But anyway, it's your abdomen area. This is the willpower, the action. Oh, I forgot also. Sacral is more divine feminine energy.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's that, the seduction, the luring, the compassion, even, right? That all of that is that sacral energy.
Mm-hmm.
But the solar plexus, that's that divine masculine energy. And
Mm-hmm.
what people don't realize is we have both within us. Men and women, we all have masculine and feminine energy.
Mm-hmm.
Which one you lead with is dependent on the individual. Because I know a lot of women that operate in their masculine energy. And to be honest, that was me for a while. My unhealed self, my traumatized self, my survival mode self was over hyper masculinated,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Mm-hmm.
But now I can breathe,
Mm-hmm.
sit back, let it come, right? But I didn't know how to do that before.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the blockage of that solar plexus. If you can't manifest, solar plexus blocked.
Mm-hmm.
If you're too lazy, you can't get up and take action. You just solar plexus is blocked.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then the heart chakra, y'all know where that is. I love this one. This is the inner child, right? if this is blocked, this is where, so to answer your question, is it from trauma? Is it from life experience? Like what blocks your chakras, right? If your heart chakra is blocked, 9 times out of 10, it is life experience. Something happened to you, you got hurt, and you went inside and you just put the walls up. And one of my favorite quotes is, the same wall that you built to protect yourself will imprison you. It's going to imprison you. Like you
That's
have to
deep.
let that, yeah, you got to let that wall come down, because you're keeping yourself sealed off. When you hurt, that is just a scar of love. Like it just means that you've loved before, right?
Right.
Whether if you got hurt or not, that's not a reflection on you. It's typically a reflection on the other person,
Mm-hmm.
right? So that just means you are not in vibrational alignment for what it is that you truly want.
Mm-hmm.
So take it as a learning lesson rather than, I'm never gonna, like, so many times I see my clients, even in my friends, like, girl, such and such happened. Like, I'm not talking to men. I'm not letting nobody touch me for, you know what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
talking to girls
I've
now.
been
Like,
there. I've been there. Too recently, okay? Too recently. Yes.
that's that heart chakra block,
Mhm.
because he hurt you so bad, or she or whoever, hurt you so bad
Mhm.
that you no longer even give access to
Right.
anybody, which
Mhm.
is really just taking from yourself,
Mhm.
right? Because what's
Mhm.
happening on your outer world is a direct reflection of what's going on inside.
Mhm.
And the more you bring awareness to that, the more you tweak little habits and thought patterns throughout your day, the
Mhm.
more you begin to vibrate in alignment for what it is you desire versus what it is you fear.
Mhm.
I think I need to let that marinate, because a lot of people think that they're vibrating in the alignment of what they desire, when really your subconscious mind is running the show, which is
Mm.
why what you fear tends to manifest more than what you desire.
Right. Mhm.
So we got to get back into that heart space, into
Mhm.
that inner child, and the inner child, because when I was a child, I would do anything. I was jumping out of trees. Like I was out here, no
Mhm.
fear, no fear, but now that we've been hurt, now that life has happened to us and such yelled at us and so broke our heart, and right, and we
Mhm.
stack all of this negative emotion, and we pull ourselves away from the bliss and the joy, and the spoils of life, the
Mhm.
ups and downs. It's a roller coaster. If it was just up the whole way, it wouldn't be fun.
Right.
We have to have those down moments and those loops and those spirals,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
So yeah, tap back into that inner child and just enjoy the ride,
Mhm.
no matter where you are, because it never stays on that down loop. It never stays upside down. It never stays spiraling out of control. It
Mhm.
continues going, right?
Mhm.
Your mindset stays stuck in that downward spiral, which thus manifests more of it,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
So once we move the energy and open up the heart, then things can flow a lot easier.
Mhm.
And then next we got the throat. This is your like creation center. And when I say that, I mean everything is energy. We talk about that all the time. Everything is energy.
Mhm.
But I help you realize what that means on a deeper level. So like sound vibrations are energy, right? So when you speak, you create these vibrations, which are cymatic frequencies, which go out into the ethers, passing these crystals, which are your teeth, which amplify that frequency and then brings that same energetic frequency back to you.
Mm.
So what you speak becomes reality, your reality. When
Mhm.
you say, oh, such and such, right? You point in the finger, three fingers are pointing back at you. what that means is your unconscious mind doesn't know the difference when you say such and such is stupid, such and such is insert your adjective here,
Mhm.
right? That's a direct reflection of what your unconscious mind thinks you are.
Mm.
So anytime you speak ill on somebody, that is a direct reflection. It's a purchase order to your unconscious mind of what you want more of in your reality.
Mm.
So let's take a headache, for example. Saying I have a headache perpetuates the headache. Choosing a different phrasing, saying I am upgrading in my way of thinking, or I am like I might need a rest. You know what I mean? Just change it.
Mhm.
You can say something else without saying you're in pain.
Right.
You can say something else,
Right.
which will encourage the healing, right? So when you speak life, your life becomes abundant.
Mhm.
When you speak lack, you experience that as well,
Mhm.
right? This is how you create. This is the first time, because and this is a direct reflection of what's going on in your head.
Right.
What leaves your mouth is a direct reflection of the thoughts that you're having.
Mhm.
And thoughts are energy too, right?
Mhm.
This is how you amplify it right here. So that's
Mm.
the throat chakra. So if you can't communicate, if you can't set boundaries, healthy boundaries in relationships, that's a blocked throat chakra.
Mm.
Can't speak up for yourself, or you popping off at the mouth all the time and nobody asks you.
Mhm.
Blocked throat chakra.
Mhm. We know those people. We we know those people. Yes.
And then the last two, so your first eye, this one, I call it the first eye. It's really called the third eye,
Mhm.
but you gain vision before you have sight.
Mhm. What do you mean
Babies,
by that?
yes, yes. Babies be looking up in the corners at stuff that's not there. Like,
Mm.
but that doesn't mean that there's nothing actually there. They
Mhm.
have a vision that we don't have because we've been here on these corporeal bodies in this third dimensional frequency that we literally vibrated out of alignment of what's going on in the spirit realm. Babies are
Mm.
still tapped in. And your pineal is established in the womb. It's like one of in the first trimester, like before you even have eyes, like you have a pineal, a fully developed pineal.
Mhm.
So the third eye is the represents the pineal. That's your intuition. So if a lot of people be like, "Oh, I'm seeking clarity. I just want clarity. I just want clarity." That means you can't see,
Mm.
right? You don't know what direction your path is blocked. Probably too much going on. That honestly, clean up your house.
That my last podcast was about that. Start with your house. Clean out those closets, clean out those junk drawers. Clean them
Yeah,
out. Mhm.
because that's a physical representation of what's going on in here,
Right.
right? And so if you want clarity, get rid of the junk
Right.
in your mind, in your physical reality.
Mhm.
This is also like how you tap into the dream state. And then Sahat, he's really the master on that. Dream sewing and manifesting through the dream state. He got dream warriors and all types of amazing things.
Mhm.
but but yeah, this is how you really connect to the other side. Once you're on the upper chakras, this is that connection piece, right? Starting in the throat to the first eye to the crown.
Mm.
Those are all connection pieces. So the crown connects you to your higher self. And honey, that is something you need to be wearing at all times, right? Just a remembrance of who you are, where you came from, right? Connecting to the God within. That's what your higher self is, the God within. So when you have the energy flowing, and what it does is it flows up the front body and down the back body, like flows like water. And when it flows freely, you create this electromagnetic field around you that attracts everything you desire at record speed. So
Mm.
the true key to life is learning how to become a master of self,
Mhm.
learning how to manipulate and move those energies. And when something is not feeling right, you know exactly how to recorrect it and rebalance and keep it flowing.
Right. Ooh, wow. Okay. That was a lot. Okay. And so where does one start with this process? Like before they even want to take your course, what is the first thing you're like, get this together first, girl?
Honestly, you got to be tired of where you at. That's the first thing. And that's what happened to me. Like when y'all see me, y'all think honestly, a lot of people think I'm like super green. Like, oh, she's so cute. Like you're just so green. Like I'm not so.
She said, "Don't let
I'm
me
not,
fool you."
I'm not. I'm not. Um, I my first memory in life was a domestic situation between my parents, right? Like
Mm,
I remember clearly. And growing up, that caused a heart chakra blockage, but also a root chakra blockage in me
mhm,
and a sacral chakra. Like I was blocked, y'all. I
mhm.
was just thinking because I became super over sexualized, I gave it away because I thought that's how I would get attention.
Right.
Early 20s, just out here,
Been
right?
there, been there. Yes, girl.
Because I thought that this is how you get their attention, this is how you get their love, right? No one
Mhm.
taught me better. I never got daddy's attention, so I was seeking it from other places, which caused me to create different versions of him in different relationships.
Right.
So I ended up in two abusive relationships, right? And it was just like I was perpetuating this cycle, and I had to have everything, like everything. Spirit was like, all of this. You just need to sit down for. I was put in time out. I was put in time out. I was in the middle. I was living in Las Vegas at the time, and literally, like, I was a victim of fraud. My bank account was wiped out.
Wow.
Um, a month later, I had just started my LLC, and a kid had crashed into the back of my car, totaled my car. So my reserve money was gone. Now my vehicle is gone. So I started getting eviction letter after eviction letter after eviction letter, and I'm like, what am I going to do? I'm like, I'm from Chicago, for those of y'all who are just being introduced to me. I'm from Chicago. So I'm living in Las Vegas. And I'm like, I don't know what's going to happen. And so my dad and I had a strained relationship at best. And I call him up and I'm like, yo, this is a situation. Like, I need help. And he was like, well, we're going to St. Louis for your brother's baseball tournament. So I can't really deal with this right now. But if you're ready to come home, you can come home. I'm like, I'm telling you, I don't have money to pay for rent. How do I have money to drive back with my stuff? Like he don't. So I felt like it was a two middle finger to me. Like in that moment, I was angry and I blamed him. But I'm gonna be honest, that was the best thing he could have ever done for me because I was tired of like taking two steps forward and one step back in life, or even one step forward and two steps back. And I was like, if you need to learn how to walk forward, you're gonna have to learn how to put one foot in front of the other.
Right.
Nobody is coming to save you. You want to get out of this situation, you need to do it. And so at the time, I had a friend who just synchronistically happened to be in Vegas. We went to high school together. And he was like, yo, I'm leaving my apartment. My parents paid for the rest of my lease. I got like 2 months left. Like, if you want to stay here, I was like, bet. Like, my phone was off. My car was wrecked. I was just in this apartment with my dog and didn't have Wi-Fi. All I had was my books and my journals and my dog. And so I sat there and I journaled and I meditated and I read and I really put myself in the mindset of I am not a victim. So what's the first step? The first step is to realize I am not a victim. Life is not happening to you, it's happening for you.
Mhm.
And everything that felt like friction, everything that felt like it was hard to get over, everything that felt like a roadblock was preparing you to be strong enough for what you asked for.
Mhm.
So, yeah, that is what I would say. If someone is just like first getting into this space, you got to get sick and tired of where you are and realize the trajectory of where you're going at the rate that you're headed right now. And then when you get tired and like, that's not where I want to be, like future pace it. Okay, if I keep doing this same habit, this same thought process, whatever it is for you, if I keep doing the same thing, what is my life gonna look like in 5 years? What's it gonna look like in 10 years? What's
Mhm.
it gonna look like in 20 years if I'm still on the same BS?
Mhm.
And get disgusted with it. Get mad. Because when I get mad, that's when I take action.
Right.
So
And so somebody is listening to this and they're like, okay, so you had this magic course that's going to help me like settle all these feelings inside of me. What is some of the things in the course that they're going to be doing? Is it like movement? Is it journaling? Like what is it that helps start to like get those energies unblocked?
that is a that's an amazing question. And whether if you take my course or you just listening to this podcast, take this advice. What you do every single day is what creates the life that you want. So in the course, I teach you how to have a rising routine and a night routine. So
Mhm,
you have end caps to your day. I
mhm,
start my day with this kind of energy and I end my day with this kind of energy, right? So you might not have control of everything that happens in the middle, but
mhm,
you have control of these ends. And what
mhm,
happens is these little habits, they stack and stack and stack and stack until they create this beautiful monument,
mm,
right? That once started out from one little pebble, one little brick every single day,
mhm,
right? So when you develop and you're in the morning meetup, so we just went through that 21-day challenge.
mhm.
I'm taking it a step further. I'm like, let me go 90 days
Right.
because this needs to be part of me, right? I would say that would be the one thing that was missing from the course is that physical activity, right? So
Mhm,
now I've added to my rising routine a walk, at least 30 minutes,
mhm,
right? But you want to get in the fundamentals: reading, writing, meditation, and movement. If you do those four things every single day, you will create this flow and this momentum of energy that will allow you to naturally clear any debris that's left in your field.
mm,
So, if you take anything from this, do those four things every single day. Meditate, even if it's just for 10 minutes. Read, even if it's just for 30 minutes. Write, even if it's just a page, and move your body because energy gets physically stuck. When
mhm,
you move it, then it gets the blood pumping, it gets your energy flowing again. It removes those blocks
mhm.
physically and energetic.
What is it about yoga that helps? I started doing hot yoga and I don't know what happened, but like all of a sudden everything just started like making sense. What is going on with yoga? What is that? And I know it has something to do with chakras because it's in my chakra book that I have how important yoga is.
Yeah, so it connects energetically. So the different poses. So you have different meridian points in your body, acupressure and acupuncture points
Mhm.
that affect different parts of your body,
Mm,
right? So when you do yoga, you're entering different mudras. And a mudra channels a certain energy. So, when people meditate, they do this.
Mhm.
This is a grounding mudra. It connects you to the earth,
Mm.
right? When you do this, it almost feels like you're pulling something down, right?
Mm.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, I
But
like
when
that.
you do this, visualize yourself rooted in the earth.
Yeah, I do feel more grounded. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So mudras channel certain energies. So when you do yoga, you're also doing mudras, like this is a mudra,
Mhm.
the yoga position, right?
Mhm.
And you're tapping into these chakras and you're moving the energy. So
Mm.
the reason why you're like, oh my gosh, is because there might have been some energy that was like kind of stagnant and brewing. And
Mhm.
then like once you do the yoga, it like moves it out, it
Mhm.
airs it out. And then all of a sudden you can feel it and you're like, oh my God, okay. Right. And then
Mhm.
you're more connected. You're more connected to yourself. And then you're also more connected here in that first eye.
I love that. I love that. Okay, so we have 4 minutes left on this Zoom. What time is it? Oh wow, that went by so fast. Okay. So close us out with a word of either motivation or something that like can get people more motivated to align these chakras.
Absolutely. I want to hammer in the point that everything is energy. You, right now, what you're experiencing, everything that you like and everything that you dislike in your life right now was created by the frequencies going on in your head. So when you change, when you learn how to change and move the frequencies, the energy, you become the creator. That's why they say, like, you were made in God's likeness. That's what that means. It means you are a creator.
Mm,
And everything in your life that you dislike right now
you
can
created.
be changed. Yeah, you created it, which
Right.
means that's good because that means you could create something else.
Right.
You can
Right.
create something else. So if
Absolutely.
you feel fearful, good. If you feel hesitant, good, because that means this is an opportunity for growth.
Mm.
So get out of the comfort zone.
Mm.
Do something that scares you because guess what? You're going to live through this too.
Nice. I love it. I love it. How can people get in contact with you so they can get this course? And please offer my viewers like some type of discount code. Please.
Absolutely. 1,000%. Okay, so you can contact me. You can get the course. On Instagram, I am melanin underscore goddess 333. And you can go to my website, collectiveco.info. That stands for collective consciousness, but that was too long. So collectiveco.info. You can go there. And then what do we want the coupon? Let's do um what do you
What
want the
about
coupon?
spotless minds?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. Perfect.
Spotless minds. By the time y'all see this, it'll be up and ready. And
I
we'll
love
give
it.
y'all, let's say, 22% off. I
I
like the
love it.
divine numbers, you
I
know?
love 22. 22 is my number, so I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much for doing this podcast. I know you're going to help so many people. The more I dig into the chakras, like I couldn't have started this podcast cuz my throat chakra was like I was like, what are people gonna think? They're gonna think I'm just like so like because I have a mix of like ratchetness and spirituality at the same time. So like being able to finally be able to express that has just been such a like relief and okay with I don't care what nobody thinks now. I'm like, I'm just gonna connect with the people that vibe with me. So yeah, you're gonna help open up so many people and create a better world because we need it. These people are
Absolutely.
Stiff.
Oh,
So stiff.
loosen up.
Loosen up a little bit. Thank you so much. Can we do like a cute cover? Just like some poses. All right.
I love you.
I love you too. I'm about to